Thank you so much. I now know that you can all hear me. So Bakash Media Foundation is a non-profit devoted to spreading information, usually in the form of short, powerful talks like this. Going to be 2 hours, but we're going to learn a lot. You actually better get your pens and books because self-employment is a field where most of us would like to go because you know all that is in being employed. So please get your pens, get your notebooks ready for you to learn from our good panelists because they are well thought about. So yeah, the foundation began service in 2019 as a single university forum where a few resourceful personalities were invited to share their career journey to students of Makerere University, Kampala. So Bakash Media Foundation is creating a community welcoming people from every career discipline and path. You've probably seen when you're registering for the meeting, they ask you which career. So yeah, that's what we mean around that. So, and path who seeks a deeper understanding of their career. We believe passionately in the power of stories, insights, and professional insights to change attitudes, lives, and ultimately influence informed career choices in the world. In our growth strategy, we hope to build and grow a platform of free knowledge from the best and most inspired career mentors, like the ones you're yet to see, the ones that are on this panel, and a community of curious career pursuers to engage with ideas and each other, both online and physically. Before COVID-19, would of course have the physical interactions, have these sessions physical, but in the wake of the pandemic, we decided to go digital. Like it's clear that literally everyone embraced digital platforms. So we also decided to go digital and reach out to you despite of whatever is happening. We are safe and yet learning. So yeah, that's shortly about Bakash Media Foundation. Just to introduce myself, I'm Martinet Ainembawas, a student, a third-year student at Makerere University College of Humanities and Social Sciences. I think that's all for the introduction. Yeah, so thank you so much. You're all welcome. We appreciate your constant support to Bakash Media Foundation. And we hope that your experiences here will be learning experiences. And I hope we get to interact freely with each other and learn from this session. So our topic today, episode 4 of season 2, Career Essential Series of Bakash Media Foundation, is exploring the self-employment option. This is probably a field where everyone would want to listen in and learn a lot because it seems easy but hard. So we probably need to learn from people that have experienced that field. We need to learn from their experiences, to learn from probably the risks they took and all that. So we really hope you are ready to learn from our dear panelists. Self-employment, I think, is a bit, the word itself is self-explanatory, like a state of working for oneself as a freelance or the owner of a business rather than an employer. So you're employing yourself, in other words. Thank you so much for the panelists that have joined in. We welcome you. We cannot wait to learn from you. We cannot wait to learn from your experiences and you know, from the journey that you've all gone through. We hope our audience is also ready to learn. So yeah, let's just wait for a few more people because I wouldn't want anyone to miss such an educative session. Yeah. We welcome Benjamin Rukwengye. He's one of our panelists today. He's our founder and team lead, Boundless Minds. welcome you. We cannot wait to listen from you. We cannot wait to learn from you. And of course, I wouldn't want to do your introduction to avoid misquotations, you know. So when time comes, I'll let you introduce yourself. Yeah, welcome all the panelists that have joined us today. And those that are yet to come, we have to be a little patient with them and wait for them to join in. Emmanuel Wabwire has also joined. You're welcome. We are so excited to have such great minds with us today. And we appreciate for the time that you have offered to us as Bakash Media Foundation and to our audience. Yeah. Emmanuel Wabwire is the founder and is executive director for Faraja Africa Foundation. Like I told you before, I wouldn't want to do a lot of introductions about people to avoid misquotations, you know, because it's possible that you introduce someone and make a lot of mistakes, and that would create offense. So I'll let panelists introduce themselves at the time when they are called to introduce themselves. Yeah, that's it. Otherwise, I hope you all are having fun. I hope you all are already enjoying as we wait to learn. Please make use of the chat room. I can't wait to interact with you all in the chat room. We have polls, like those that have always joined, you know, polls. So we are going to have our first poll today. We're going to have to interact. This is for evaluation and to get to know you. Bakash Media would like to know you as supporters, you know, a very good audience. So I'll ask the tech input team. Wow, it's already displayed on your screens. You can all see. Please, let's do it together so that by the time I finish, you're also done. What is your level of education? That's our first question in the first poll. Are you in high school, or did you probably stop in high school? Are you in a tertiary or institute, any institute or university, or other? There is also that option for other. Please tap on it and let's move together. So if you're in high school, tap on high school. If you're in tertiary or an institute or any university, tap on it, or other, probably you're upgrading, you're doing your master's or your doctorate or any other field that is not displayed on the poll. Let's go to next. What is the employment status? Are you a student? Are you a recent graduate? Are you self-employed? Are you employed? And if you're employed, full-time, remote, contract, internship, or part-time? Are you unemployed? Please feel free to click on where you lie, and let's go on very fast. The third question is, which career sector are you in? You can feel free if you're in multiple career sectors, you can just tap both of them, or more if you have more. There is journalism and communication, performing arts, international business and finance, agriculture, and the others that you can see. And if your career sector is not displayed, please feel free to tap other. Yeah. So let's go on our fourth question. How did you get to know about Bakash Media? Is it on WhatsApp? Is it on Twitter? Is it through email? Is it a phone call, probably from a friend? Is it a friend or a colleague? Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook? Please feel free to tap on that and let's move on. Did you attend last week's episode of the Career Essential series? If yes, yeah. If no, yeah. If you're not sure, you can also tap on it. And let's go on to our last question of the first poll. What is your expectations from our sessions? Feel free to, if probably they are all your expectations, please tap on them. If it's one, tap on it. There is networking or building contacts, empowerment or inspiration, mentorship, training or skilling, employment, or any other that is not mentioned. Please feel free to tap on it. I hope we are all done. I hope we all did that together. And if you didn't, of course, there is a notification on the left-hand side of your phone. Please, there is poll in progress. Please feel free to tap and answer all those questions. Thank you so much. So I'll let us dive into the conversation, but first I'll let the Bakash Media representative briefly give some remarks. And yeah, after that, we shall dive into the panel discussion. Thank you so much, Isaac Bakashava. You're welcome. And yeah.
I hope you can get me clearly, right?
Yeah, we can get you.
All right. All right, I welcome you all to this session, the first session of our Career Sensation Show Series, Season 2. My name is Isaac Bakashava. I'm the team leader and the founder at Bakash Media Foundation. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our dear partners who have joined us for this series, and that's Birungi Charities and Opportunity Tracker. I hope they are on. They have helped us to execute this series. This series started in July, and this is the second season. I would like also to thank our dear panelists who have made it today. I'm so lucky and excited to have known each of them personally. They are my friends whom I met through the career space, in the career space. Sasha, Benja, Mr. Abbas, Mpindi, and Mr. Wabwire, Emmanuel. I think Abbas has not yet joined us, but he told me he's joining us in a few. These are all young, great change makers of our society today. I personally look up to them, and I've learned a lot from them, and I'll continue to learn even more, most especially today. Our audience, thank you so much for being part of us every Thursday. You've been consistent, and we appreciate you all. Bakash Media Foundation is devoted to providing this career information weekly through these sessions. Currently, we are running a campaign. I don't know if someone on the screens is ready. We've been running this campaign since the sessions started. We've been fundraising for all our projects that we've been running. How I wish someone on the screens displays this campaign. We get to interact with our audience, so put down this together and our upcoming projects. There's a fundraising campaign we've been running since this session started. So please, our audience and our dear panelists, feel free to join us on this campaign. You can support us, you can donate. I think the bank accounts are already displayed. You can join us to have these projects executed. We have also a mastery class that is coming up in January, where we're going to skill and train our audience that has been with us. So there's a link that will be provided in the chat by the administrator, where you can register for you to be part of the people going to be trained in January. Also, currently, I think a week ago, we were nominated in the East African Startup Awards, and we were nominated in the category of the newcomers, the newcomer or startup of the year. I don't know if the administrator can also display that. So please, the link is also in the chat. You can vote for us to bring these awards home. The Global Startup Awards, so we are the East African level so far. So you can vote for us, you know, to make it to the global level. These awards will be happening in 2022 in Copenhagen. So please vote for us. We can bring this home, I believe. We've done tremendous work over time. So the link is in the chat. You'll tap there and vote Bakash Media as the best newcomer startup in Africa. I think for now, on behalf of my team, I welcome you all and looking out to have a great session. Thank you so much. Back to you, Martinet.
Thank you so much, Isaac. I hope you can all hear me. Thank you so much for that great insight about what is happening with Bakash Media Foundation at the moment. I really hope you all support us for that fundraising campaign. You can talk to your friends probably that have not attended these sessions. You know, your ambassadors. If you attend and learn, please feel free to tell a friend so that they can also join us for the next episode, because we are in season 2 and this is the 4th episode. So, and we do 8 per season, so we are remaining with 4 more to go. So feel free to talk to your friends about Bakash Media Foundation. And also please vote for us. We cannot be there without you. So please feel free to vote for us. Let's join our hands to welcome our panelists so far that have joined us. We have Emmanuel Wabwire, we have Sasha Ferguson, and Benjamin Rukwengye. Thank you so much. And without wasting time, of course, because we are here to learn and not to just talk, you know. So I'll let panelists introduce themselves, starting with Emmanuel Wabwire, the founder and executive director, Faraja Africa Foundation. I'll let him introduce himself briefly, and then we can move on. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Emmanuel Wabwire.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm on the move, so I may not be dressed officially. My name is Emmanuel Wabwire. I'm the executive director for Faraja Africa Foundation, which is a non-profit organization that seeks to economically empower and socially engage young people. We are both in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, and we do work mostly with legislative processes and also at the same time economic empowerment. I'm a social entrepreneur on the side.
Oh, Emmanuel, I think you're a bit lost. We can't hear you. You're breaking. Sorry about that. I think Emmanuel has lost network. He has told you that she's on the move. Maybe what you can do, Emmanuel, you can probably turn off your video and use your audio. Emmanuel, can you hear
me now? Can you hear me?
You are breaking.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear you?
Yeah, I think we can hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, well, apart from the work I do with Faraja, I'm an entrepreneur, passionate about communication, passionate about travel, and also passionate about technology. But most importantly, also an aspiring farmer. Yeah, that's me. I'm not just an entrepreneur, but a social entrepreneur.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for the introduction. We cannot wait to hear from you and learn a lot from you. So guys, we are also live streaming on our Bakash Media Foundation Facebook page. Feel free to, if probably this has a network disruption, you can probably use our Facebook page to join us. You can tell your friends that probably don't have Zoom to use their Facebook page to get in touch with us for this Career Essential series. So let's welcome Benjamin Rukwengye to introduce himself. He's the founder and team lead Boundless Minds, but I'll let him introduce himself and tell us more about himself. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Benjamin.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're well. So happy to be on the call. My name is Benjamin Rukwengye, and I work with Boundless Minds. Okay, I see. Okay, I think this is better. Yeah, I work with Boundless Minds, which essentially offers work readiness and entrepreneurship training and mentorship for young people in order to ease their transition into work. We focus on soft skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, creativity that accelerate the process of turning young people into entrepreneurs or, making them employable. In short, that's what we do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. We cannot wait to listen and learn from you. Without wasting much time, let's listen to Sasha Ferguson. Let's listen to her introduce herself and tell us more about herself. She's a founder, A Smile Uganda, but we'll let her talk to us more about herself. You're welcome, Sasha.
Thank you. How are you doing? I hope everyone is fine. I'm really happy to be here. I am Sasha Ferguson, Mrs. Mugume, and I'm the founder of A Smile Uganda. We train young girls and women, life skills. We train them different skills, and our focus is women. But I also deal into real estate. I'm a property manager.
Thank you so much, Sasha. I hope you all see something common about our panelists, founder, chief executive officer. So they are really the right panelists for such a discussion about self-employment. So we'll quickly dive into the conversation. So let's start with Emmanuel Wabwire. This is going to be a general question for all the panelists, but of course in the order that we all introduced ourselves. Yeah, so we're going to start with Emmanuel Wabwire. How has your career journey been? Tell us more about your career journey. Tell us about a risk you probably took. Tell us about how it turned out, how, everything about your career journey. I hope that you make it very brief. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe because of network issues, you could probably use your audio and leave out the video. Thank you. You're welcome, Emmanuel.
Okay, hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome. My career journey started, I think, back then when I was in my SC work. I had started as a humanitarian working with the Red Cross. And basically what we did mostly is disaster management. And from there, I did upgrade into, I fell in love with the community. And of course, I already had a passion for technology. So my direction changed from doing IT or even law. And I focused in doing humanities, that's development studies. And that kind of paved the way for what I do right now. I'm a community organizer. I've been involved in various local level community organizing for community service, dialogues, workshops, and so on. And later on, worked with various different organizations from Red Cross, worked with UNESCO, later World Food Program, then UNICEF, and then later on UNESCO. I think the last employment I had was with British Council, and then I now resorted to full-time self-employment with Faraja Africa Foundation 6 years ago, 5 years and over 9 months ago. So, and one of the key focus areas has been in economically empowering young people, because we believe if they're economically empowered, they can be able to be civically engaged and be able to contribute to their society. And most importantly, with the love of their culture and heritage, they can be able to have an identity and a belonging that creates a sense of sustainability in the work they do. And also the other thing was to promote government or authority, citizen interaction. That way will create a leeway, an open way of more of participatory development processes, development that seeks to bring experts to think and decide for the community. We have an idea that the community actually does a lot. Philosophy behind Faraja is word which means comfort.
Oh, I
comfort
think we are.
Africa.
No, okay. It's back on.
In other words, how are we as young people becoming
Emmanuel, I think we're losing you. I think there is a network problem because the network is not okay.
And part of the child effort for us than individuals. It's about collective effort transformed up to where I am currently. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, but you're on and off. I think it's a network problem.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
It keeps fluctuating. It's just a depression that I was passing through of network. So what I was saying is the career journey has shifted from being a humanitarian to being a community organizer and being also a passionate youth worker and also an advocate as current.
Well, I think we've a bit lost Emmanuel. I think we've a bit lost Emmanuel. I think he has a network problem, but that was just an introduction about himself and Faraja, Africa Foundation. But let's move on. Let's now move on and go to, I'm informed that Mpindi has joined us.
So in brief, that is it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Emmanuel. I think we lost you along the way because of network, but it's okay. I hope for the other questions, he'll probably be able. He's traveling, so apologies from my side. Mpindi has come in, and that is our fourth panelist, sorry. So let's welcome Mpindi to introduce himself very briefly and continue with the discussion. Mpindi is a Chief Executive Officer, Media Challenge Initiative. Thank you so much for joining us, Abbas, and you're welcome. Kindly introduce yourself shortly and let's move
on. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, but the network is a bit broken.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm also on the road, so if you hear any noise in the background, my apologies. Apologies, I've joined late. I was in another meeting that dragged on and on. As I've been introduced, my name is Abbas Mpindi. I work at Media Challenge Initiative, and we train young journalists. Pretty much that's it. I won't take a lot of time. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abbas. And now we'll go on. Let's have Benjamin Rukwengye talk to us about the same question that Emmanuel was talking about. What has your career journey been like? You're welcome, Benjamin.
Thank you. It was nice to listen to Emmanuel go through his career journey, although we only managed to pick bits of what he was saying because of the bad network. So, but nice to connect with you, Emmanuel. My career journey is, that's not a question I had figured out how to answer properly, because I've been doing the same thing, but also doing so many other things around this town. But for context, I trained from the start as a journalist. So I went to school and studied journalism and mass communication. I love writing. And I think that was, the pull towards studying journalism. I then worked briefly with the Office of the President, the Office of the Prime Minister, where I was an information officer for maybe a year. And then I left and went into civil society, working with the African Center for Media Excellence as a research associate. And this was because I have always been interested in research and knowledge and information and what that can do. At around that time, I also did a master's degree in international relations and diplomacy. I don't quite remember why I did that particular degree. It's possible that at the time, because a couple of, I think there were 2 people in my office who were doing the same master's degree, and then one friend of ours also decided she wanted to do that degree, and I wanted to go and do my master's degree, so I enrolled for the program. With hindsight, maybe I should have studied something else, or I would have studied something else if I had had the time to think through things. But I was young, so it's fine. It's a degree that gave me a lot more knowledge than I have used. So understanding the international system and geopolitics and things like that, and theory of governments and how they function. I've found that even when I have not done work in diplomatic circles, my understanding of geopolitics and the international system is greatly informed by having gone through classes where I studied that theory. And so I've come to appreciate that. There was a time when I didn't appreciate the fact that I had wasted money on studying that degree, but now that I look at it, I think it was a good immersion into my world knowledge. I think also around that time, which is why in my intro I said I did quite a couple of things. Also around that time, my friends and I founded 40 Days Over 40 Smiles, 4040. Some of you might know the foundation. And the idea was that we would rally young people to commit their time and skills and resources and networks towards supporting children in urban slums, so schools, orphanages, and stuff like that, to support their education and learning outcomes. And I think that was my immersion into proper education work, because then I got to understand clearly what education equity meant, or what inequity meant, but also how much witnessing firsthand what education can or cannot do for people was a great way to learn. But also I was able to test a few of the ideas that I was reading up on and learning. So from experiential learning to community organizing and mobilizing, to building a social enterprise or a foundation, if you like, to leading first myself and learning to lead others, to fundraising and all of those things that come with trying to build a lot to build whatever entity in this part of the world. So I was able to learn a lot of that, and I credit that period for accelerating my growth, but also helping me discover the things that I was good at and the things that I wasn't good at, which is a very, very important step as you build your career. I then joined Teach for Uganda, working as a head of recruitment, because at that point I had started getting very, very interested in the nexus between education and work. So I worked briefly at Teach for Uganda, and helping set up the fellowship, recruiting young people, university graduates and young professionals into a fellowship that would have them spend about 2 years in rural schools teaching English and math, but also inspiring achievement among learners. I also spent part of that time in school, in rural schools, which also gave me better immersion into what our education system is like. I was like the headmaster of these, I think, 18 young people. So I had time to visit. I spent time in about 9 schools, sitting in classrooms, working with teachers, working with the fellows that we had placed there, working with learners, and just trying to understand that. But at the time I had founded Boundless, which allowed me to also.
Benjamin, could you kindly make a conclusion about
Okay, all right, thank you.
career journey?
Yeah, so at the time I had founded Boundless, whose idea was that we need to be able to transition young people faster from school into work. And for that to happen, they must have the skills that the market requires for them to transition. Otherwise, they will not make that transition. So, we've been doing this for 4 years, and I'd say we've done a good job of it based on our alumni. We're not where we want to be, but I'm happy with what myself, my team,